Hi everybody, Kelly here. I wanted to share a few thoughts before we get into the bulk of the holiday season. Some of us have already started celebrating our holidays at the end of the year, and here in the US we're getting ready to go into Thanksgiving next week. And then we have a whole bunch of other holidays coming up at the end of the year. So I wanted to share just a few quick thoughts with you this week before we get into the weekend before Thanksgiving about celebrating holidays, because a lot of times we think about the holiday season as being a time that should be happy, that should be joyful, that should be fun. And this year we have a lot of other stuff that is adding on to potentially our stress levels with the holidays. We may not actually be able to meet in person for these holidays this year. And it's interesting to me because holidays can be really stressful. Surprisingly stressful, whether we're meeting in person or whether we're meeting virtually. One of the biggest reasons that holidays can feel really stressful is because we have expectations that are not being met during those holidays. Now, what am I talking about? These often show up as should statements, and should statements can look like things, for example, Bill should really help do the dishes right now, but I know he's not going to. Or people should bring something homemade to our holiday festivities. Or we should already be getting the dishes done while the dinner is still cooking so we don't have to worry about it after the fact. Now, I'm not here to argue whether or not Bill should help with the dishes, because here is the problem with should statements. They are an attempt to control something that you do not actually have control over. I want to say that again. Should statements and expectations are you trying to control things you do not have control over. You don't have control over whether Bill does the dishes or not. And here's the other thing. Even if you can coerce or force or shame Bill into doing the dishes, your expectations are still not going to be met. You're still going to feel frustrated or disappointed or stressed out about the whole thing because you had to take those extra steps to get him to actually do the thing that you wanted him to do in the first place. So your expectations are still not going to be met. So I'm going to say this in the most loving way that I can for all of you who try to control situations and who try to control other people by shoulding them. You can't control other people. You can't. And the more that you try to control others or coerce others or force others or shame others because of your expectations for what they should be doing or what they should have already done, just means that everybody's going to feel miserable. They're going to feel miserable about the whole situation, and you're going to feel miserable because you had to go to those steps to get them to live up to at least part of that expectation that you had for them. So, for this holiday season, I would like to encourage you to think about resetting those expectations that you have. If you can actually get rid of them, that's even better. But catch those expectations coming through your head. The easiest way to catch them is when you hear the word should come out of your mouth or cycle through your brain. Take a look at that should statement and figure out a way of looking at what actually is. And is there something in the current state or in the is that I can be grateful for or appreciate instead of constantly looking for the should. All right, so that's all I had to say for today. Like I said, super short video for today. If you're interested in hearing more, I have got a ton of episodes right now out on the Career Speakeasy podcast, available pretty much wherever you get podcasts. I also have a mailing list. If you're interested in signing up for the mailing list and getting additional content, you can sign up for that mailing list at kellynottingham.com. It's Kelly with an I, Nottingham like the sheriff.com. And I look forward to celebrating these holidays, trying to reset some of those expectations and shoulds in my own head. And happy holidays, everybody. Bye.